Hello there, fellow summoners. M.O.D.O.K HT here, and I have another Alliance War node video to share with you. This is node 53. This is one of the mini bosses. It's got a pretty tricky node combination with stunning reflection, polka dot power, and then stupefy. Just kind of ties into the stunning reflection. But with polka dot power, you don't gain any power unless you are doing some type of damage over time debuff. So like your regular hits and blocks and all that kind of stuff, you won't gain any power. But you will constantly gain power if you have a debuff on them. And then with the polka dot or the stunning reflection, they have that shield, so there's that blue shield. So if I stunned her right now, I would get a 3-second stun plus the stupefy elongation on top of that, and it can really wreck you real quick. So in order to take that down, and shoot, I couldn't even talk fast enough. That was not a good placement for a Tigra. Torch just ripped right through her. But in order to take that stunning reflection shield down, you have to either apply an incinerate or a poison. And there aren't that many champs that have really easy access to poison. I mean, I know there's Abomination with like the Red Guardian synergy. He would be a really good option for this node, but Torch generally is one of the best options to use on this node. Even for like a Korg like this, he's actually a really good option. You can see that Korg is eating up my incinerates quite frequently with his rock stacks, but you know, every medium and the first light attack on my combo applies an incinerate, so I can really take advantage to how I time my combos very easily to take down that stunning reflection shield. And if you get stunning reflected, man, you get wrecked, because the stun time is like 3 seconds plus the stupefy added on top of that. It is no fun. I've had it happen a couple times, and I think I die once, maybe twice throughout all these war videos, but I'm getting a lot better. I think a fairly decent job with managing this. So with Human Torch, he has non-contact hits, so you don't have to worry at all about the thorns damage that you could take from Korg. So that's really nice. And then, you know, medium light mediums to apply lots of incinerates to take down that stun shield. And then I just do a lot of hard blocking, and when the stun shield's down, I'll stun him and make sure that I stun him if he has rock stacks up. And yeah, I mean, you look at this, like almost the entire fight, that stun shield is down, because that's one of the main things that I'm keeping a focus on, is that when I have my openings, I'm gonna make sure that my combo hits at the right time so that I have a stun available. And here I'm just blocking a lot. Get out of that L1 unblockable. That was nice. But yeah, you just gotta be really careful and really conscious of that stun timer, because even sometimes when you're just trying to dash back or whatever, or block, sometimes you trigger a parry stun because you're slightly late or whatever, and you just get wrecked when you get stunned on this node. And I try to push Korg to L2 as much as possible, just because it eats up 2 of his bars of power. You can get away from it really easily. You don't even have to trigger Dex. So yeah, boom. Got a nice rank 5 Korg down by my rank 3 Human Torch. And yeah, we're gonna move on to the next fight, which I think is a thing. Yes, it is. And I can't remember how this fight goes, but I fought a few things in the off season, and I'm like super comfortable with this fight now. Even with stubborn, it's very manageable. So long as thing is throwing his specials. If he starts going crazy, just holding on to his power bar, you can get cornered real quick, and that does really suck. But yeah, we'll see how we do on this. I want to make sure that I have a combo going that I can take down that shield. So once I go in here, boom, it gets knocked down. I can do a lot of medium, light, mediums, but really need to keep an eye on how those rock stacks applied. So with Thing, you do have to keep an eye on two things: the stun shield timer, because he is stubborn, so you're gonna have to block some hits when you trigger the indestructibles. Granted, this one doesn't look like he was a stubborn. This may not have been a stubborn war, because I triggered Dex, and yeah, this is not a stubborn one, but I think I do have some other ones, and I have some that I'll be uploading soon that we have for season 21 preseason and the season. But yeah, just really keep an eye on those rock stacks and the stun timer, because the last thing you want to do is parry this guy when he has that stun shield up, because he will just start wailing into you, especially if he has all those furies up, and you will pretty much guarantee your death. So here I'm just trying to wait for him to throw a special. Nothing. Come on, Thing, you can do it. You know you want to throw that special and try to hit me, right? Doesn't look like it. There, finally he gets it. And boom, like, it's just so nice that Torch has like on-demand incinerates right in his normal combo. So it's really easy to take down the shield and get openings to do parries and blocks and all that kind of stuff. So boom, Thing goes down, 74 hits to nothing. And let's move on to the next matchup, which is, what is this? Invisible Woman. So when I saw her on this node, I remember I'm like, that's going to be an interesting fight. I wonder how hard it's going to be. And you'll see this chick goes down super fast. And do not activate Nova Flame unless you don't want to be able to rely on parry stuns, because Nova Flames are not incinerates, and you will not be able to take down that stun shield ever in the entire fight. This one did have suicides on, so that definitely helped, because once you get a couple incinerates on, you're gonna reverse the healing that she gets from that. I mean, look, I only did a couple combos and she's halfway dead, and then suicides on top of that. And this was a stubborn one, I believe, and boom, she is just toast. And I kind of went ham to try to knock her down there and got lucky, and she did die before that invisibility kicked in. Now here is an interesting fight. So Annihilus is immune to incinerate if his rod is up. So that rod that he starts out with, so Torch is not a good option here, because you'll never be able to incinerate him because he won't be able to get rid of the rod. And I'm like, when I was trying to figure out who to use on this, asked around and confirmed that the champions that have passive power gain, they will still get that passive power gain. So the polka dot power, it only applies to the attacking and the blocking power that you get, not to the passive power gain stuff. So Symbiote Supreme will gain power as normal, because his power is just all passive. It doesn't matter how much you're hitting or blocking. And with Annihilus, you do not have to parry, really. He's got that intercept mechanic where you can just dash back and intercept. And generally his L1 is pretty easy to evade and then counter, although I whiffed on that attack. I'm gonna try and come back in. That's all right. Here we go. And I'm gonna get to an L3, and then once it's L3, this dude is done. And watch how fast this goes. The bleed damage, the armor break damage, plus I have the Mystic boost on, and I'm getting power back by how much damage I do. So I throw that, and how much power do I get? So boom, I just almost shot right back up to 2 bars, and then I think I'm gonna drop an L2, boom, boom, boom. I'm back up to an L3, and yeah, it just goes really fast. So Symbiote Supreme, anybody that can gain power passively, is a option to consider. So Symbiote Supreme, Doctor Strange, Sorcerer Supreme, Hyperion, because he gets those power gain buffs, stuff like that. They are options to use on this node. And here I had back-to-back wars. I'm like, oh, I just tried the Symbiote Supreme out. We're gonna do it again. I pretty much wrecked the last one. I'm gonna wreck this one, right? So I go in, pretty much similar boost. I think I put on a less Mystic power gain boost because it seemed like it was just overkill. It was too much for that one. And I mess up here. So I believe I go in, and towards the beginning, I try to get an intercept. And I fail, and I slowly get pushed back to the wall, and I'm gonna die here because I remember I died. I don't know why I didn't attack on that. I'm trying to get this guy to throw his special one, which he's not doing. So far so good generally. I probably should have just pushed him to an L2 and then ate it in the block. And I keep trying to get this guy to throw, and I get punched up against the wall. Okay, so here I'm gonna throw an L2. It's not looking too bad right now, but I know I get wrecked. But you can see with polka dot power, I'm still gaining power even though he doesn't have a debuff on him. And I'm trying to get there. That's what happened. Yeah, I was trying to dex away from him, and this is where, boom, I got parry stunned. I parried him, so I got stunned, reflected, and I swear I didn't parry, but I was just trying to dash back. But sometimes you just get clipped, so that really sucked. So I'm like, that blows. I go back in. This is my assignment, so I revive and put some health pots into Symbiote Supreme and go back in, and then I wreck this dude. So just really unfortunate. Just got to be really careful sometimes. Sometimes you don't intend to parry, and you're even trying not to, but sometimes it's just habit, or it's just a quick reaction and you hit that parry and then you get stun reflected, and then it's just lights out. I mean, I have max limber on, and there's pretty much no recovery unless it's like full health and somehow they don't attack hard enough to kill you. But like you just get, you're just like sitting there just eating combo after combo after combo. So I did get hit earlier, and luckily I have enough health. And once I get to an L3, I mean, yeah, the damage is just so good with the Mystic recovery, plus the polka dot power. When you start putting those bleeds on, you get some extra on top of that, plus your normal passive power gain. Yeah, it's good stuff. So and you drop some L2s and boom, boom, boom. This dude is just melting. Get back to an L3 and he's dead. So I had one good example, one fail with the recovery. Annihilus goes down again. And then we're going to go to the next fight, which I think is a Nick Fury. Yes. And on this one, I have Sunspot. So I had brought Sunspot, and I used him on the Mixmaster node. And I failed with it was like 1,000 health left. I had that video already posted. So I healed him up for this, revived and healed him up for this fight. And you can just see how awesome Sunspot is for this fight. Now, Human Torch possibly could do this. Class disadvantage doesn't help the block damage when Nick Fury gets into his real Nick Fury, the decoy goes off. But you can just see like, okay, I'm putting on these incinerates, and that first little combo took like 20%. But he also has pretty much on-demand incinerate damage, and I'm just eating those and then making sure I apply them. The stun shield is like pretty much like almost 100% uptime. This isn't a stubborn Nick Fury, so that does help significantly in this fight because I don't have to worry about that indestructible going on. But you can see, like, boom, the incinerates right now. The one thing that you do have to be concerned with is, like, if this was stubborn, I think I would have thrown less L1s, because the last thing that you want to have happen is you run out of incinerates. And like I'm putting on so many incinerates right now, like if I didn't end up killing him right here, that could be a real big problem, because I'm going to run out, won't be able to get any power gain, and then it's over. It's like, you know, it's going to be really hard to finish that fight, because a lot of his damage is oriented around those incinerates and his solar flares and his specials. So here we have a Mojo. I start out with an intercept, get that stun reflection down, and my plan here is to parry, block as much as possible to build up smolder, since Mojo's a mystic, and every time he touches me I build a smolder. That's gonna make my incinerates do more. Now you do have to be careful, like with mystics, like right now I'm hitting them with Nova Flames, and the Nova Flame just came off and I stunned him, but the last hits on the L2 have an incinerate, so I got really lucky there with the timing of that. That was not intentional, but you can really hurt yourself if you put too many incinerates on. You go into Nova Flame, and then you just got to be really careful about that stunning reflection, because you won't be able to take down that shield with the Nova Flames. Here is a Sentinel, and the Sentinel does have suicides. This is a Stubborn War. This Ollie Oxenfree, she used to be my alliance leader a long time ago, and so this war I got to fight a couple of her champs, and I destroyed every single last one of them. So I was super happy, including this Sentinel. And because it's got suicides, that does help. And ideally, you'd want to block as much of his special one. Plus, you're going to build up Smolder, and you'll be able to have that recoil take effect if you block the last part of the special. So it's going pretty good. I think I do get clipped by part of the L1 here somewhere, and come on, this Sentinel was seeming kind of passive. I don't know if it's just because of the way I was fighting and he was reacting to my AI or what, but he's like not throwing his special, just keeps pumping, holding the block. Finally triggers indestructible. The stun shield's back up. I'm like, dude, throw your special. I'm not sure if I throw my special 3 or not. There we go. Block the last part, takes the recoil. I'm gonna activate Nova Flame. I don't have the stun shield down, so you gotta be really wary of that. I think when all possible, I would always try to stick away from activating Nova Flame, just because you can really get messed up. Yeah, so right there I get clipped because I wanted to stun, but then I'm like, no, I can't stun because of the stun reflection shield wasn't going down because of the Nova. So boom, he's down. Got clipped on that one special, but yeah, that's just one recommendation, is try not to get into Nova Flame, because you can really mess up your rhythm. Now on this one, this is a stupid fight, but I'm throwing it on here because, you know, sometimes you just get so used to this fight that you forget about the nodes. So when I saw this Killmonger, I hadn't ever seen a Killmonger on this node yet, and I'm like, oh, I should be able to like power boost, power start 1 boost, put on a cosmic boost, and get to an L2 and kill this dude, right? Wrong. it has polka dot power. You cannot gain any power unless the guy is suffering from a debuff. And Corvus, a damage over time debuff. Corvus doesn't do any of those. He does an armor break, but that's not damage over time. So I go into this and this is just stupid, but here we go. So we go in and I take some blocks and I'm like, what? I activate his reverb, and then here I start attacking him, and then right there I was like, crap, I'm not gonna get to an L2. The power boost was for nothing, and I think I got so flustered because I was like, crap, my whole plan to take down this Corvus, or this Killmonger with Corvus, went out the window super fast. I mean, this is 6-star champ, and here I'm just sitting there like, I totally messed up. I'm looking around like, crap, what do I do? We weren't planning on this. I was planning on being able to wreck him with Corvus. And yeah, so I mean, this is a rank 2 6-star. The reverb damage is not significant because it's not a high sig. So I'm like, okay, well, I have to go in with my boy Torch, and I go in with an intercept, and yeah, you'll see how well this goes. So he's going to gain a lot of power every time I put a debuff on him, and then he goes indestructible with the L2, and if I dex, he's stubborn. So here I hit him with the stun, but I can't really touch him because if I touch him, he's gonna get to an L3. I dex, trigger indestructible, take down the shields again, block, and I'm doing okay here. I mean, it's not terrible, but you can get cornered really quick here. I'm just gonna block all this and then try to take down that again, and I remove the stun reflection just in time to apply that with the incinerates. Blocking this, I'm like, okay, this is going okay. It's not terrible, but if this was like a max sig Killmonger, it would definitely be a problem. I'm trying to get out of this corner, but I have the indestructible. I'm trying to get that off so I can actually do some dang damage, and I get clipped that first time I got out because I had that special one ready, and I died. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but I didn't get enough health off, and then I'm gonna go back in with Thing, and with Thing I still barely had that power start 1 boost, which was actually kind of good. And with the synergy with Torch, you do get an incinerate on your L1, so I'm gaining power, but not enough. So that's all the power that I'm going to get for this fight. Don't get back to an L1. If I could have got back to an L1, I probably could have just kept repeating that and getting some L1s off and whatever. Here I'm just trying to block as much as possible, hopefully build up some those rock stacks and convert them to furies, but I can't parry him, and parrying gets you 5 of them, so I can only block. So the furies are coming really slow. I'm trying to wait out this his reflection damage. Yeah, it's just, it didn't go well, and so I end up dying. I'm not able to finish this guy off, and what happens is we really don't have any counters on the map to deal with this, and so I end up reviving Corvus, and I cheese the last chunk of it, which basically I did as much damage as I could with blocking and using up the charges, and I timed out and went back in and repeated. So I don't have that part of the clip. It's not needed to be seen. It's kind of ugly, not ideal for Alliance War, but I already took out all the attack bonus, and yeah, so for that last 20% I used Corvus to cheese him off. Really unfortunate. So kind of ugly. I make mistakes, but here we got a thing. This thing, let's see, he's not max sick. And, you know, Human Torch, he's just a really, really good option because you can take, again, those stunning reflection shields down pretty much on demand, so you can easily get your stuns in. And we're going to take this dude down after I let him hit me in the face a few times. You know, I don't know why, but like, sometimes I feel like I go into a fight and I just need to get hit a few times before I like wake up and take it seriously, which is, you know, I'm always like ready for it, but man, there's just something like, oh, I got hit. I really got to play and do well. But here I'm trying to wait out his special. He's being really stubborn, pun intended. He's indestructible at the moment. Finally, he throws it. So what I like to do is I try to get like a quick 1, 2, 3 combo in, and then I'll come back off and parry and take off that indestructible and let those incinerates do some damage at the end. But I always just try to push to the 15 and then let him go, and then you can easily counter his specials, take down the stun shield. Here I did go into Nova Flame. Again, I'd probably not recommend that because you can really get jacked up because of it, depending on where that stun shield is. So like right now, I'm not taking down I wasn't taking down the stun shield. And yeah, so anyways, I'll let this one play out. It's pretty slow and steady, but thing isn't too bad to do. I don't know why I tried to do that intercept, but we end up taking this thing down. A few mistakes here and there, but as long as you play steady and slow, it can go down. Alright, so we're finishing off this thing. He got to 15 rock stacks right when I kill him. So that went fairly well with a few hits to the face, but that's okay. Have enough health for that. Now here is a M.O.D.O.K. This is only a rank 4 M.O.D.O.K, but this dude is a real big pain in the butt. Because of his auto block and because of the stubborn. And while I take this guy down, this time there's an off-season war where I fight this guy, and I end up dying, I think because I actually end up stunning him, and then once you get stunned, you just get wrecked. So you really got to watch out, and there's a lot of stuff to watch out for. You have his regular auto block shield, plus then you got the stun reflection shield, plus you got indestructible. And as far as like the L1s go, with stubborn, you just want to block those, so you don't trigger stubborn, and because they're energy, you can build up a lot of smolder. You see there I got 3 extra smolders, but yeah, his auto block really sucks because it ruins your in to get an incinerate on, which means you can't parry him because he's got that. So and this guy is being really a big pain in the butt with, normally like if you get auto blocked, you can like dash back and then immediately come back in and counter him. This guy was he seemed pretty passive, and then sometimes when I didn't want to try it, he goes in, but very, very slowly I'm getting him down, right? But it's not great. And yeah, so there I do get an Incinerate on. I heavy him, get a couple Incinerators on, do it again. Trying to hold as much as I can so I could build up my temperature. Yeah, this guy, it comes down to the wire. If it was a rank 5, I definitely would have died. And then I get smacked in the face there. But, you know, I got some good smolder going on. That helped my incinerate damage. He does go down. I mean, it's a rank 3 going against a rank 4. Yeah, kind of a pain in the butt. But that's all I have for this season, and I'll have some more coming up for the next preseason in season 21. Thanks for watching, fellas. Hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next one.